Hello, Purifiers. It is Tequila Chanel broadcasting live from Studio 151, and we are here to talk a little bit more in depth about scripting manifestations. Are you looking for a way to get your daily goals all knocked out? Are you looking for a way to schedule your day-to-day appointments? Why not bring those things into fruition with scripting manifestation? Scripting manifestation is actually a technique that is designed to manifest your goals by writing them about the time in the past tense. You're going to write your goals as if they have already been attained in this particular journaling practice. And by writing those as if they've already been attained, you'll discover new insights on how to manifest your goals. And scripting manifestation, an example of that would include, if you are going to, be manifesting, getting a new home. When you journal about it, you would manifest, I have my new home in which I am grateful for. Right? So you want to write whatever your goal is when you're doing a scripting manifestation. You want to write it as though you already have obtained it. And so that's one way, because what we walk by faith, not by sight, right? And we have what we say. So, scripting manifestation is a form of journaling that puts you in the driver's seat of seeing your goals, dreams, and visions already coming into fruition. And so let's talk a little bit about what scripting manifestation actually is. And scripting manifestation is known as the LOA, which is the law of attraction. That it's an exercise where you would simply spend time writing down a description of your life as you visualize it. You're going to speak that thing as it already is. And with this technique, having the law of attraction, it actually combines visualization with the physical activity, in this case in writing out what it is that you desire to have. And with any visualization practice or exercise, you want to make sure that you be specific about what it is that you desire to obtain. And things to remember when you are scripting, the first thing is gratitude, right? An attitude of gratitude. It is important to think about the things you are grateful for. And, in that, if you could be, it could be something big, it could be something small. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is to create a positive mindset, right? Positive mindset is what we're always starting with when we're journaling, okay? And then using the present tense. When we visualize it, we want to make sure that we note that it's important to be right in the moment, right? Making sure that we are speaking that thing as though it already is, and talk about what you want to happen as if you already obtained it, if you're living it right now in the present moment. I am a multi-billionaire. I have a fabulous home with lots of open lighting and open windows. I drive a Bugatti, and I'm just excited about rolling on down through the backyard to the shore where I can just veg out and allow myself to sunbathe. So just speaking those things as though they already are, and think about how it actually makes you feel when you speak those things. Spend some time in your feelings. Spend some time observing how you feel in that actual moment as you're visualizing yourself walking in the full manifestation of that thing that you so desire to have. I want you to take some time to really sit in it and think about, how do you feel in that moment? When you see yourself, what kind of emotion, what kind of posture do you have? What kind of clothes are you wearing? What do you really want to attract? Focus on what you really want to attract in that moment. Get the visualization of that thing in your mind. get it in your heart, get it in your spirit, because if you see it, you can actually have it. So visualizing that thing actually is attracting that thing, right? Visualizing that you already have it, is the way that you attract those things that you want. So for an example, if you want to get a new shiny red car, I want you to see yourself in that new shiny red car. I want you to think about the make and the model of that shiny red car. I want you to think about how it smells on the inside. I want you to think about, when you shut the door, how does that sound? When you start up the ignition, how does that sound? What kind of smell is there? So again, scripting manifestation is a form of journaling where you are just going to, first of all, be grateful where you are in the moment, the path that you're on, how far you've come. You're going to look at the bright side of all of those things, and you're then going to, starting with that heart of gratefulness, you're going to think about where it is that you desire to be. And with you thinking about where it is you desire to be, you're going to visualize that thing. You're gonna write it down as if you already have it. And then you're gonna visualize yourself in that moment. You're gonna think about how being in that moment feels with the thing that you desire to have. The feelings that you have. Are you joyful? Are you grateful? Are you proud in that moment? Do you have a sense of accomplishment? What does that look like for you? This will be different feelings and emotions for different people, but just being cognizant of how you actually feel in the moment of obtaining that thing. And so, with journaling, if you haven't ever journaled, or you're looking for a great place to start, I think the scripting manifestation is a great place to start, especially if you are a goal-driven person, if you're the kind of person that you have well-versed thoughts, and you want to get those thoughts down on paper because you are in your manifesting season, as and I wanted to share with you tonight a little example of my journal. If you are new to journaling, I kind of wanted to give a brief synopsis of how to set up your journal. I too am relatively new to journaling on this level, right? And so I wanted to make sure that I kind of give you an example of what my journal looks like, and so that you can have some ideas of directions that you may be able to go with your journal as well. And so on my index page, or my first page of my journal, I actually included, scriptures that were powerful or pivotal for me. So I have a total of 5 scriptures. Because I believe in the spiritual number 5, which is God's grace. And so I decided to jot down my 5 favorite scriptures. And I put those 5 favorite scriptures on the first page, because in the beginning, there was the word, right? And so I wanted to start off by, beginning with the word, right? And then, so whatever scriptures, you desire, or this doesn't have to be a scripture page. Maybe this will be your affirmation page. Maybe this will be your motivation page. Whatever seems to encourage you, I would suggest that you log that on this very first page. Whatever is most important to you, I think that this would be a great launching pad for those ideas or those thoughts that are actually important to you. So, page 2 of my journal actually is my vision board. So on page 2, I have made up a vision board. And these are, some of my, motivational things that I tell myself, right? So you can use this page if you decide to do a vision board with within your journal. Why did I do a vision board? Because visualizing, first of all, I realized that if I see it, I can have it, right? And so I thought it was important to include some things that I can see so that I can in turn manifest those things, right? And so I thought a couple of power statements would be great in this space too. And if you so desire to do yours in this format, I think that would be a great opportunity too. So a couple of things on mine, I started off at the top just saying take the leap. Take the leap. Sometimes our thoughts get in the way of us actually living our desires, because when we get into our thoughts and our thoughts tell us, hey, who are you to think you can accomplish that? Sometimes you need a power statement like take the leap, right? So that you can remind yourself, I can do this, right? And so, another power statement is, push past your plateau, because sometimes, on the journey, we get a little tired, right? And sometimes when we get a little tired, we may get a little discouraged. So just reminding myself to push past my plateau, right? Go the extra step, go the extra mile, right? I also have go exploring, because I think it's important to learn and to grow and to develop and to tap into new things. I'm exploring journaling, and because I'm exploring it, I thought it would be important to share it with you guys, so that you would have a launching pad as well. We have been, throughout the Lenten season at TCN Network, we have been doing several different practices, including, yoga, meditation, journaling, daily motivation. We even have healthy meal ideas on a daily basis. So we're really trying to accumulate a positive mind, body, and spirit environment within the network. And so I hope that you guys are enjoying the Lenten season and all that Tequila Chanel Network has offered complimentary to our listeners to be able to take advantage of. And so just a little bit, I wanted to give you a tidbit on how I set up my journal to give you a blueprint of how you can too set up your journal if you're just getting started. And then on page 3 of my journal is where I decided to just write a love letter to my Creator, because He is Alpha and Omega in my life, whoever your Creator may be. I think it is important that, before I do anything, that I spend some time in His presence, right? Because I know that if I first seek the kingdom and all His righteousness, that all things too shall be added. And so, in starting out, in this practice, I deemed it necessary to just write a love letter, starting with that gratitude, right? Wrote a love letter to my Creator to just acknowledge Him and knowing that He shall direct my path. And then we went on to begin day 1, right? Day 1. And so how the journal is actually set up, the right-hand column has your appointments. If there's any appointments that you have, you would put those here on the right hand side. And then at the top, these are your to-dos, your things that you have to do or that you plan to accomplish within that day. I think it's important that I mention that when you are journaling, it is something that you should do the first thing in the morning. It is something that you should start your day off with, right? Is setting the tone for your day, is actually setting the intention for your day, right? And so after you set up your appointments and you get everything scheduled, then you want to get your to-do list going, right? So that you can check those things off as you accomplish them. Certain journals that you will find, they have little boxes. Mine has little boxes. So as I accomplish things, I check them out. So if I don't seem to get everything done within that day, I can always flip back, and wherever there isn't a check, I can go to it very quickly to identify where to pick up from where I left off. So it just keeps you honest, it keeps you in alignment, and it also keeps you quickly being able to identify what tasks went undone for that previous day. And then in the bottom half, is just your scripting. This is where the scripting manifestation would take place. So in this space is where you want to speak directly to your creator, or if you don't have a creator per se, this is a space where you would want to speak those things, the desires of your heart, as though they already are. You would be speaking those things as if you have already accomplished them. Yes, and so at the end of the day, you would take the opportunity to reflect on that day. This page should be dedicated to your reflection of everything that took place throughout this day, from your appointments to your to-dos, to what it is that you are manifesting. How did it all play out? This reflecting is a recap of all of the intentions that we had for the day, how they played out. Okay? And so this journaling is a very powerful tool that you can use to really set the tone for your day, really get organized and get focused. We sometimes don't accomplish the things that we set out to do simply because all of the other things that pull for our attention throughout that day, it robs our memory of logging the things that we had to do. How many of us know when we notate things, it gives us a great and very quick reference point to have the opportunity to go back and see very quickly where we need to pick up and the things that we need to get done. And so with that, it just allows you time to not only set your appointments, not only figure out what it is that you intend to do, but also declare that thing, right? In the manifestation form, as well as reflect on how did it work out for you. And the more you do it, the more fluent you will notice that it will become. The more you do it, the more fluent, and from day to day, it'll vary, based on the day, because we all have, different things going on throughout different days. But, this is just a brief synopsis of how to get started with your manifestation journaling, right? Your manifestation scripting journaling. And journaling, there's so many different forms that you can do. This is just one example, ladies and gentlemen, but I did deem it necessary to actually give you a visual of what it looks like, so that we can give you a great launching pad so that you can not only establish your plans, but also be in a position to hold yourself accountable for what those plans look like, as well as how do I pick up where I left off with the intention to get those things done as quickly as possible for the next day. So, thank you for spending time with Tequila Chanel Network throughout the Lenten season with Purify yoga, meditation, and self-care practice. We have enjoyed every single piece of this Lenten season practice, from the yoga, again, to the meditation, as well as the journaling, on down to our Lifeline daily newsletters. We are here to keep you informed, keep you motivated, keep you inspired, and provide you with vital tools to be successful in your day-to-day life. So thank you for spending time with us. Make sure you chime in and join us on this coming Sunday for our meditation practice. You can catch us every single morning starting at 8 a.m. on TequilaChanelNetwork.com, #awesome. We're on the air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with Range Radio. And so, we are pushing out the motivation this month, right? Letting you know that you can achieve each and every goal, dream, and aspiration that you put your mind to, right? You are the only one in control of, obtaining your dreams. And so we just wanted to give you some powerful tools to really have an opportunity to map those things out in an effort to move forward with your success plan. So thank you again for being a part of the movement. And as always, every single thing that you need to be successful, it already resides on the inside of you. The more you grow, the further you go.